Good morning. This is Community Spotlight on today's Best Country, B103, and on News Channel Nebraska. Welcome to this Sunday, October 2nd, 2016. I'm Keith Andrews, and I join you Sunday mornings to let you know what's happening around River Country. You can always find something to do around the area by logging onto our community notebook page at b103.fm or on ncn21.com. Now, my guest today is Dan Gertis, and he has his mom along with him as well. It's Deb Wilson. Good morning, you two. How are we doing?
Good morning. We're doing excellent.
Good deal. Thank you for coming in. We're going to talk about a rather unique life journey you embarked on about a double lung transplant. And I want to get the community involved here to understand what challenges you faced. And we're going to talk about a fundraiser that's for your benefit, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So when did this all start, Dan?
Well, my journey all started actually at birth. I was born with cystic fibrosis, which is a genetic mutation that causes a physiological problem in every cell in the entire body. So it causes... The main thing that this disease causes is overproduction of mucus throughout the lungs and the stomach and the pancreas. And the main problem it causes is mucus clogs the lungs and causes infection that really damages the lungs. And we have people with cystic fibrosis struggle from exacerbations over and over and over, and it just keeps adding more damage to the lungs.
And how old are you?
I'm 27 right now.
Okay, so you've been putting up with this for quite a while, as well as the family, too.
Yes.
What type of challenges? I mean, we're talking exertion would really wipe you out, I'm assuming.
Yeah, really, up until kind of the end of high school, I was doing good. I'd only had one hospitalization prior to maybe my sophomore, junior year in high school, and I played a whole lot of sports throughout kind of my elementary age through high school age, so that really helped me out a lot. That's one thing that the doctors really push for, is to stay active for CF patients.
Okay, to strengthen the lungs, I guess, and to get everything strong so you can deal
and it
with
helps
it.
kind of helps us cough more to knock the mucus out.
Got it. Okay, and then eventually you got to the point where you had to have this surgery. When did that take place?
Well, I want to say maybe 3 years ago the conversation really started. My doctors just felt that maybe my lungs were damaged to a point where they wanted me to go be evaluated for a lung transplant. So they sent me out to Denver, Colorado to be evaluated, because at that time the medical center did not have a lung transplant program yet. They just recently got that. So I went out to Denver to be evaluated, and at that point in time, they said I was too healthy, because there's a very narrow margin where they don't want you to be too healthy where they feel like you wouldn't benefit from the transplant, but they don't want you to be too sick to where they feel you wouldn't recover the best either. So at that point, I was too healthy.
Okay.
So they didn't list me.
So you had to wait for things to get a little bit worse in order for you to actually go on the transplant list.
Right.
Talk to me, Deb, about his situation. What was going through your mind when he was facing this challenge? And then they say that he's too healthy and now you have to wait?
Well, the healthy part of it is the lungs are only going to last for so long. And so they don't want to put the lungs in too soon, because say the lungs will only last for 10 years. So if he was transplanted at 25 versus 27, that's like 2 years shorter of the life. So what was going through my mind? Fear, is very eye-opening. They give you all the worst scenarios there.
Yeah.
And of course, your mind just goes crazy thinking of, oh, what if? And thankfully, we didn't have to go across the what if bridges. Things actually went very smoothly for us.
Good. It is really neat seeing you, because I've read a little bit, and my heart reached out to you because I know that you have encountered a pretty large financial strain because of this. And that's why we're here. We're going to be talking about a fundraising benefit. Before we talk about that, though, I want to talk about now after your surgery. How are you doing?
It's mind-blowing. I can't believe how well I'm doing, how fast I'm recovering. The team at the medical center here in Omaha is just amazing. They've done just so much for me, and I've really recovered so fast. I can't even believe it.
Were there certain things you had to stop doing, things that you really enjoyed, and now you can start possibly looking forward to doing that in the near future here?
That's one thing about it is I have been participating in farmers markets the last couple of years selling eggs, and now I won't be able to do that any longer. I'm going to have to completely stop because livestock and animals produce a certain mold that it's always in the environment, but it's more concentrated with animals. So I'm not going to be able to raise them anymore. I'm going to have to go in a different direction with my life. So that's kind of disappointing, but I think in the long run, it's definitely worth it. There's also other things. I can't eat certain foods. I can't have a medium rare steak anymore, which I love to have, because of the risk of bacteria. I can't be in crowds unless I'm wearing a mask because of the risk of encountering bugs. So, but the main those risks are more now. They'll start to decline as I live longer. They'll have me more tuned in.
Got it. Okay, so it'll just take time to get things dialed in.
The first year is the critical year.
Okay.
So statistically, if you make it past the first year, you're going to last for a while longer.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Let's talk about this fundraiser. When is it? Where is it? What is your goal? What's going to be happening? What can we do to help?
All right. The fundraiser takes place on October 8th between 5 and 8 in the evening at the Johnson Brock High School. That's in Johnson, Nebraska. We've set kind of a lofty goal of $50,000 because I'm going to be traveling to the med center and the rest of my life. I'm going to be going there a lot. And between that and the medicines and everything else, it's really there's going to be a big burden over my lifespan. We've chosen to go through the Children's Organ Transplant Association. They have it's a group that is a 501c3 that allows us to take in donations that are tax exempt, and they really help us manage the financial issues as well.
Got it. Okay. So this will be taking place on October 8th at the Johnson Brock High School. What time will that start?
5 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. And what type of fundraiser are we talking here?
Well, we're going to be having a pork dinner, sandwiches, and then we're also going to be having a silent auction, and we'll be having a live auction as well.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you didn't say medium rare steak because that would have just been cruel.
That would be.
Okay, good deal. So a silent auction, and then do you need people that are willing to donate items for the silent auction, or is that already taken care of?
I know the community has really supported and donated some items. I am not completely sure if we have enough at this point in time.
Okay.
Also, there's going to be a raffle as well. There's going to be raffling off a gun and a quilt that was made by Dan's grandmother.
Okay. Great. And let's see, if people want additional information, like if they'd like to donate something to be raffled off, is there a number they can contact or a person?
Tia Miller is pretty much the chairperson for this fundraising event.
Got it.
We have a Facebook page that is has a lot of great information of what you can do to help.
Okay, awesome. And there's a website. Would it be COTA for teamdang.com or?
That's actually the. It's kind of similar to a GoFundMe, but it's for. But so if people want to donate money, and oftentimes, if say you donate and your company will match, you can also get your company to match through this organization.
I understand. Okay, good. And then the Facebook page would be what then? That would be probably the better way for people to contact you. Okay. What would that be? Any idea? He's looking it up now on his phone. Yeah. So, good deal.
I know whenever I have had to look it up, I search for fundraiser for Dan Gertis, and it pops right up.
Okay, so go to Facebook and just type in fundraiser for Dan Gertis, and that's Gerdes. And there you can find the information, and you can reach out to them with Facebook if you want to contribute something to be used for their auction. And then again, the fundraiser is going to be on October 8th. That's going to be Saturday. That's going to start at 5 o'clock. And they have a goal of raising $50,000 to help offset the hospital expenses. And there'll be a raffle for a gun and a quilt and some other things going on there too, some food, and be a part of it. And Dan, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your life goal? Since you've been through this, what's your life goal?
My life goal is just to enjoy life. I'm so much more driven now. The possibilities are endless, really, what I can do. I really enjoy the local food movements, the farmers markets. I've participated in the Nebraska Food Cooperative and the Nebraska Sustainable Ag Society, and I really want to keep involved in that. That really drives me.
Sure, good. You know what you've gone through too, and that would actually be a very powerful tool for somebody else who might be going through something similar. So I commend you for going through what you did. I mean, you're looking great, and I'm very happy for you. And I wanted to bring you here to make sure that we could do our small part to help you, hopefully raise the funds. We will definitely put this on our community calendar. We'll let River Country know. And I really hope that you guys have a very good fundraiser.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
You are welcome. You are very welcome. Thanks again. And you're my hero, really.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right, that's going to wrap up this version of Community Spotlight on today's Best Country, B103, and on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Keith Andrews. I'll let you know what's happening around River Country next Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And if you have any questions about this, you can go to our Community Spotlight page, or our Community Calendar page, rather, on our website, b103.fm, also on ncn21.com. Have a great week with us on B103 and on News Channel Nebraska.